Hey there, it's Sarah, author, speaker, and advocate, and writer of Narcissistic Abuse, a survival guide, which is now available on Amazon and at madhatterpublishing.com. The title provides a comprehensive overview of narcissistic abuse and what victims can do to identify these symptoms and gain the courage to escape and move forward with a happy and healthy, productive life. So please pick up your copy today. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the way in which victims, often respond to this type of abuse. And I have effectively termed this the victim response, which is a very simple way to refer to how a victim interacts with her abuser and how they react to the abuse. So basically, there are many different ways in which a victim might respond. And sometimes this differs between the initial stages when the abuse first starts occurring and, will shape into something different later on. And then there's the long-term effects of the abuse after the victim has effectively moved forward with their life. So there's still kind of the lingering residual aftermath of having been in a traumatic situation. So very commonly, a victim at first will respond with disbelief, right? This person has transitioned the relationship from idealize to devalue, and so they're not at first used to being treated the way they are. They're kind of more used to being in a fantastical world with a charismatic partner and someone who values everything they do and really, is receptive to their thoughts and feelings. Now all of a sudden they're telling them that nothing they say or do is right. And so at first there's a sense of disbelief. Now as the devalue stage continues, there's more of a kind of disbelief kind of transitions to, a sense of, oh, maybe there is something I can change about myself. It's kind of this denial that what's happening to them is not right. And there's a focus on self and what we can do to change. So this carries on for quite a while until the victim finally gains the courage and realizes that they can't live with this depression and anxiety and constant fear of their partner for much longer, and so something needs to be done. And these are very, very common responses. However, I've seen different responses all across the board, some, less common and, more peculiar, and which I've detailed in my post, and, others in which basically the victim displays more of a mentality that nothing is going to ever change, and so they kind of just become determined to stay in the relationship and accept their circumstances for what they are. And unfortunately, that is the obviously most negative, unhealthy, and toxic response that a victim can present with. So as survivors of abuse and counselors or people, friends and family that are trying to get these victims out of their negative, detrimental situations, we need to be very receptive of their thoughts and feelings, kind of know where they're coming from before we give our own input, try to remain as objective as possible, and help the victims to come to terms with what is happening, that it's not right, and so they can essentially save themselves, because we are helpers and we can help them get out of these circumstances, but we can't save them unless they are willing and able to save themselves. So we need to move them into a happier, healthier place where they feel like they are worth it and that they can move on and move forward and live with a, with contentment and with happiness and completeness again. So best of luck to all of you. Have a great day.